Good morning, Pershore Abbey community. I hope you are all doing well. We've been working hard at the Abbey as we continue to do all that we can to achieve our Silver Award for Eco Church. And we're going really great on lots of the sections that Eco Church ask us to look at. But one area we've discovered where we haven't done quite as much work is the lifestyle section. So this morning I wanted to share with you some of the things that we're encouraged to think about and perhaps make decisions on how we live our lives, which can have a really positive impact on the environment. The first one is about encouraging us all to walk and cycle as much as we can. And I know that lots of you do that already. As I whiz round on my bike, I see lots of cyclists and lots of people out walking, so that's absolutely wonderful. But perhaps there are some journeys that we make and we think, oh, actually, I don't need to get the car out for that. Perhaps if I just have a bit more time, I could walk, I could cycle. So we're encouraged to think about that. Also encouraged to think about how we can reduce our energy consumption. That might be as simple as just going round at the end of the day and making sure that all our devices and electrical goods are turned off properly where appropriate, instead of being on standby. I'm always shocked by how much energy things being on standby actually use, always a shock. So that's a couple of things that we can do. We're also encouraged to think about the statement reduce, reuse and recycle. And that's about making us think about whether we need all the things that we have or whether we need to buy lots of new things. I heard a wonderful story in the week where someone had got some card and been left over from something else from church and made them into individual gift cards. That was a wonderful way of reusing something that otherwise would have gone straight to recycling or to the rubbish. I'm sure you've got lots of ideas as well about how you can reduce the things you've got in your home, perhaps reuse some of them or recycle. Love to hear your ideas about that. One of the other areas we're encouraged to ask people to think about is, are we able to increase the amount of food that we buy and enjoy, which is locally grown, which might be organic, which might be animal friendly, and which might be fair trade. We're really blessed living in Pershore. There are so many local shops where we can get locally grown produce. So perhaps when we're doing our shopping, we can think about perhaps buying a few items or perhaps even our whole shop from locally grown produce, which would be amazing. And another area we're asked to think about, which is a bit more tricky, because talking about money is always a bit tricky, isn't it? It's to consider, if we are in a position where we make investments, that we do that with ethical principles in mind. So there is lots to think about. It's no wonder we hadn't quite got round to doing some work on this. Lots of food for thought, but I hope that we'll be encouraged to look at even just one of those items and see what difference we can make in protecting and sustaining God's beautiful planet. God, creator of the universe, fill us with your love for the creation, for the natural world around us, for the earth from which we come and to which we will return. Awake in us energy to work for your world. Let us never fall into complacency, ignorance, or being overwhelmed by the task before us. Help us to restore, remake, renew. Amen.